Did they know what was causing it at this point?
No,
so they're still trying to work out what on earth you've got?
Yeah, they found a thing called HUS, which is blood poisoning, but they knew there was something else as well. The blood poisoning, there's no treatment and you don't respond, so I wasn't responding, but there was something else in my blood. And it was on the 5th day of the coma that they found malaria. On the 4th day, they told my family, my mum and my brother were there, my best friend, my manager, and they were told not to come in because they were really worried I was going downhill and they thought I wasn't going to pull through. And that day was strange as well because I actually, even though I was in a coma, I was aware of bits of it.
So you could hear what they were saying?
Well, they say that, don't they?
Yeah.
When people are in a coma, to keep talking to them all the time, and
yeah.
you were aware.
Yeah.
But you couldn't communicate?
They say the hearing is the last thing to go, but I couldn't communicate. I was paralysed and I was on, obviously, the breathing apparatus and I couldn't open my eyes. But I wanted to communicate, so I found it very difficult. And at one point, I did try and bash my hands. I wanted to show that I was still alive because they thought I was gone. And so they put, restraints on me, physical restraints. And I remember looking, and I could see just out of the bottom of your eye the restraints. And I was just desperate to show that I was still here and I was fighting and I didn't want to go. And then the 5th day, they found the malaria. And it was almost like a double-edged sword. It was like, yes, we found malaria.
But then it's, oh no, we found malaria.
And they brought my mum in and they said, you know, we can treat her. And I do remember, and again, there's this perception of when you're in a coma, I was in pain in the coma too, and there's a perception that you're just not there. And the doctor grabbed my hand and, in broken English, because we had obviously a really bad language barrier, Google Translate came in very handy, and she held my hand and she said, it's OK, we can treat you, you've got malaria.
Oh, wow.
And it was a celebration almost because they knew that they could try and pull me out of this.
Interestingly, one of the things that you said, Charlie, is that you felt at some point that you had a conversation with death while you're in your coma, while you're in sort of the stupor that you were in.
Yeah.
As surreal as that sounds now, to talk about it rationally.
It is, but you said rationally, because I've spoken to an intensive care specialist about this, because it's really traumatic after you come out of it to get your head around it. And she said, you did experience that, which reassured me, because, so it sounds irrational.
Explain what it was.
Who knows?
Yeah. Each day, when I was aware, I thought I was somewhere else. It's very strange. And this day, I thought I was in this black room, and I didn't look over my body. It wasn't kind of that. I just wasn't there anymore. And I was in a dark room, and I was having a conversation with death, God, who knows what it was, and that told me to go. And it was like, you know, it's your time now. You've finished. And I was like, OK, well, maybe it is. You know, I'm 33, but I've fought really hard. People know I love them. I've tried to do the best I can, and live my life. And all these things were going through my head. And then I was like, you know, my family will be all right, but I haven't written a will. Oh no! And all these, even
that's extraordinary.
and it said to me, you know, it's time for you to go. And I went, OK, and accepted it because I was in so much pain. I just had enough, and I was fighting so hard. And then within a split second, I was like, no, absolutely not. I can't. And before I left on the cycle, I said to my mum said to me, I've got a bad feeling about this. And she went, don't leave me. And I said, don't be silly. I promise you. And I held her hand. I will never leave you. And that really was so powerful for me. And I thought, I can't. I've got too much to do. I absolutely can't go. And I feel that I made a decision to stay alive then because my body had given up, but I was not giving up.
You
I was
definitely
like,
fought it every step of the way, and eventually they flew you back at the 30th of August. They flew you back home to continue your treatment here.
Yeah.
And how are you now? I mean, like with the 30th of August, this is not that long ago.
I haven't been start crying yet.
No,
I nearly did.
You're doing really well. You're doing really well.
Yeah, it's actually funny because I got flown back on an ICU plane, intensive care plane, and when I landed in Leeds, because that's where my family live, the ambulance man pulled me out and he said, it's all right, don't worry, in a Yorkshire accent. And I was from Yorkshire, I was like, yes,
I'm home.
And I'm doing well. I get tired, I've got a low oxygen in my blood. My kidneys are still recovering because I had kidney failure.
Will they get back to full capacity?
We don't know, fingers crossed. They're at 60%. that's good.
Great.
They were, they completely failed because they weren't sure whether they'd ever recover again. I'm having a bit of PTSD at the moment because I keep having a lot of flashbacks.
Which is quite common, they say.
Yeah, it is, very common. Because it's very weird that I'm sat here and very nearly wasn't. I was told that I wasn't meant to pull through this.
Thank God you are.
Thank you, and also just really appreciate being here, and like Ben, you were really supportive, and the whole team, and you know what, it was so overwhelming the amount of support I got, because obviously I didn't see any of it until after, and just reading those messages, it just, people took time out of their busy lives to support me.
Well, we're glad you're here on our sofa and that you're fit and well. And thank you so much.
Yeah, too right. You will be. But all those incredible challenges that you've done, Charlie, for charity, the runs, the cycle ride. But this is the biggest battle, and you take your time and get yourself fit and healthy. Don't rush back, because I know that you'll be desperate to get back out there and doing stuff. But
you look after yourself.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
For more of the same, just click here, and don't forget you can subscribe for even more of these amazing videos exclusive to our channel.
But when you meet these guys, it's the O in OCD that really matters, the obsessive thoughts and intrusive thoughts that you don't actually want. I don't have that, and my family don't have that. We just have habits that we have to touch things a certain amount of times.
Well, a lot of yours are for good luck, aren't they?
Yeah, for good luck.